What's up, everybody? This is Zachimus Prime, aka Zachimus Prime, bringing you a non-Transformers review. The figure I'm going to be reviewing today is Captain Malcolm Hammer Spartan Buck. So, I did the previous one of these Halo figures. I just unboxed it on camera, so I was like, what the hell? I'll just unbox this one on camera as well. Now, the last one, I wanted one because I wanted to give it a shot to see how the figures were, but I wasn't sure I was willing to spend, full price on it. This one, I got it for full price because it's, Captain Malcolm Hammer, like Nathan Fillion's my man crush, even though this doesn't really look a whole lot like him, but whatever. You do what you can. But, packaging's all right. Shows everything off quite nicely. It's got a part in here for an Imperial Grunt. I'm not going to be getting enough of this series to make the Imperial Grunt. And there he is with all of his accessories and his gun and his knife. And this is the only one in the series, by the way, that has an actual face. All of the other ones come with helmets and nothing else. This is the only one that has an actual face. It's another reason why I got this one. I'm sure Nathan Fillion is making money hand over fist for this thing. But let's get this open. Slide this all out. Oh, hey. Instrucciones. Don't need that shit. Don't need that shit. Don't need that shit. All right. So, Spartan Buck. Now, Buck is a character who originally came out and showed up in Halo ODST as an ODST. For the original Spartan, let me see, Master Chief was a Spartan Mark II, wasn't he? So they had a couple different Spartan projects. The Spartan Mark I's were not fully Spartanized. They were an experimental test bed for some of the Spartan technologies. Mainly the bio-augmentation ones. Not like the bone lamination and all the crazy stuff that the Spartan 2s had. So they had the Spartan 1s, and examples that one of the Spartan 1s would actually be Sergeant Johnson was part of that Spartan program. And in fact, that's the canonical reason for why he wasn't killed at the end of Halo 1 when the flood overtook him. The Spartan 2s were ones that were basically abducted when they were kids, replaced with flash clones, and like handpicked for that purpose. They were all augmented in a number of ways, which not all of them survived it, but the majority of them did. And Master Chief is an example of the Spartan 2 program. There was a Spartan 3 program that was primarily done to kids not as young as the ones for the Spartan 2 program, but, basically like kids with no family, no homes, were just, taken off the streets and conscripted in the service. That was basically like the cost-effective Spartans. They were stronger, but they weren't, they didn't have as many augmentations as the Spartan 2s, but they had a lot of augmentations. And they were given cheaper armor and whatnot. And then we had the Spartan 4 program, and the Spartan 4 program, by that time, the Spartan technology had advanced to the point where they could basically Spartan anybody. And And Buck, who was an ODST, just a regular trooper in Halo ODST, he apparently later became part of the Spartan 4 program and became an actual full-fledged Spartan with all of the Spartan armor. So here's the base figure here. Nathan Fillion looking all and I guess somewhere along the way somebody at Mattel decided that having the feet come off was no good, because his feet, he doesn't have any additional shoes. Articulation in this mode, ball joint for the head, feels like moves up and down, turns all the way around. You can see everything. Shoulder joint is going to go around, come out yay far. Arms look a little scrawny in this mode, but you know, whatever. This is an armored figure, so we can deal with that. Bicep swivel. That looks like a double jointed elbow, but not getting any kind of posability out of that second joint. I don't know if it's paint locked or if I'm just... Alright, we're going to say single joint. Single joint elbow, about 90 degree. There's a ball on the end of this joint here, but I'm pretty positive it's not for actual. That's just to keep it in there. Simple swivel on the wrist with a bit of, you know, he does have a mid-torso joint here. This is his excuse for a waist swivel. He doesn't have a waist swivel. He just has this mid-torso joint. That's okay, I guess. It's Nathan Fillion. We can forgive him. Leg goes forward that much, goes back. Not any at all, because it's his ass. That ass. Thigh swivel here. Double joint at the knee. And ankle moves hella. And I think that is the technical term, hella. There's a rotation here, but there's a peg that goes into the foot there, but it's not in line with the, so his ankle doesn't really rock so much as it kind of tilts at an awkward angle. And his face looks good on the head sculpt. Hello. Oh, really? Blue. I mean, it's not terrible. His face does look a bit wide, but I mean, they did. I mean, I know that they changed up his facial model a little bit for the game. I only played through Halo 5 once because I was kind of about it. And I don't actually have an Xbox One, so I went to a friend's house and just like smashed through the game in a couple hours. So he was one of the only guys who like took his helmet off like all the freaking time. Like every chance he got, he's like, let me take my helmet off because I'm Nathan Fillion. He'd just be like, hey, look at my helmet. His helmet, by the way, is definitely like straight up like an ODST helmet. I wonder if he actually has the same helmet that he had as an ODST. Strikes me that probably wouldn't be, you know, on par with the rest of his Mjolnir armor. I don't know. Let's get him armored back up. Let me see. This is left. There's an L in there. Is that my left or his left? Must be his left. Here's a right. Oh yeah, because he's got pouches on this one. Stick that there. Bam. Bam. Now they say that these things are compatible with the other armors. Let's bring in my Kelly figure here. Pull off a couple of her armors. Because I know that these aren't the same sculpt. Yeah, that doesn't really fit. I got the pegs lined up, but it's not really wanting to go. Looks like Kelly and Buck are not compatible, huh? It's a good thing to know before we actually had any kind of an actual union there. What about shoulder armors? Still not the same mold, though it looks a lot similar. Maybe this will fit, maybe it won't, I don't know. That actually fits fairly well. Fairly well. I don't know. Anyhow, there's a thigh armor right there for the front leg. This is the side that was just in the packaging, so that actually hasn't been on the figure yet. And this is the side that was on the figure in the packaging, so this should fit on a little bit easier. No butt armor. It's all right. Let's pull the hands off. Let's see, this is left, so that's his left. Put his hand back on. Jeez. It's just you look at his arm and you're just like, man, just this guy clearly doesn't masturbate. Ever. Of course, you know, when you're Nathan Fillion, you wouldn't need to. Sorry. Just, you know, pointing it out. I'm sure you all already know. Let me see. This is right. That's his right. Let's slap that on. Left. Oh, come on. Just go in the stupid little hole. Yes, that is what she said. All right, this one's being a little bit of a pain in the ass. This is the side that wasn't pre-installed on the figure. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm trying to keep it all on camera and it's in my way and I can hardly see because the only lighting I have is at this weird angle. God damn. There we go. I felt that one go home. Stick this over his head. And this is just kind of poke into place. Put these tabs through. I'll wiggle them into place a little better later. For now, this will just... Oh, okay, for now, perfect will have to do, I guess. His armor came off again. All right, let's just rip his head off. Stick the helmeted head on. Put this in his little shoulder holster there. Put this in his little hand-a-majig here. Put his finger through. We are going to not be operating good gun safety right now. Finger is on the trigger. Yeah, there we go. All right, there he is, all armored up. Feels like the articulation is going to basically be the same. I don't think anything really hampers with it much. Maybe a little bit in the knee, but it's still good. Even this upper arm is not really hampered at all. Articulation stays good even with the arm rail. That's great. He can hold his helmet in his... Oh, that's just awkward right there. Phooey. But there he is. It's interesting to note, I'm pretty certain that the Spartan 4s are a lot smaller than the Spartan 2, because the Spartan 2s were more intensely augmented, whereas the Spartan 4s, let me see, I don't know if they received the bone augmentations. I know they received the speed, reflex, and like mental capacity augmentations. So they're stronger, react faster, and are smarter than a regular human. But technically Linda should be a lot taller than Buck. Son of a bitch. Because she's a Spartan 2 and he's a Spartan 4. Which means that he's basically, like, literally a cheap imitation of what she is. I mean, not that there's anything cheap about Buck, but, you know. But, yeah, the figures are about the same size. They look really good. I mean, it's a good-looking figure. I don't know. Maybe at some point I will, like, expand my my collection of them at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Haven't decided. But, yeah. Buck, I like it. I'm going to take his helmet off. This is so that, you know, he can't spacewalk away. Let's see if I can get him holding his helmet. His helmet is, okay, actually, it doesn't look like it's really all that much bigger than his head. I don't know. You get these figures with their helmets and whatnot, and I don't think they realize just how big helmets like really are. Helmets are pretty big, you know, like, because it's got to have enough space in there to fit a head, and enough space in there to have, you know, the armor or protection. And so if you have a thin helmet, you have thin protection. These helmets, in addition to offering, you know, kinetic and energy protection, also have like all sorts of like cameras and systems and shit inside them as well. So you would think that they would be bigger than your average helmet, unless all that technology is literally that much smaller. I don't know. But yeah, there he is. Good looking figure. I like it a lot. I happy that I paid full price for it, because I think that this is kind of a you know, one of the more sought after figures in this wave, and I can bet you a pretty penny this sucker's not going on clearance. It'll be all sold out by then. Anyhow, thanks everybody for watching. I've got some time to spend with this figure. Everybody be good to each other and have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. See ya.